Welcome back to Shane's Main Shop. You can see this is on the north side of the house, and a lot of moss grows. And I'm going to take a little bit of time today and try and get as much off as I possibly can. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Now, I'm not an expert, not a roof expert, but so I definitely suggest you seek out an expert so you don't damage your roof. But there's a few things I do know. One, you want to just gently brush them off. You don't want to brush up. You don't want to shove anything up underneath. And if you brush it super hard, you're going to also be brushing away some of the little rocks and stuff that are adhered to your asphalt shingles, thus reducing the life of your shingles. Some of those are going to come off. There's nothing you can do about it. And there's both sides of the fence as far as how much damage moss does. Certainly it's not helping, because as it grows, it gets underneath the shingles here, and it'll start picking up the shingles, which also lessens the life of those. So it's a good idea to get it off. You can see most of it's over there underneath that tree. So I'm going to spend some time and get as much off as I can. But some of these bigger ones you can just pop off. They don't, they don't stay really good. So you can see you don't have to grind the brush in, and you want to, come down with it as much as you can. And some of those other ones, some of those like that, you can probably, like I said, if you can get to them, you can just pop them off with your finger. So we're just going to take some time and get as much as I can off. I'll show you a little bit of it, probably not the whole thing, because it's going to be a while, and I have at least one more roof I have to do on the property here as well, and maybe I'll show you more of that one. But you can see this is, let me just show you a little bit. This has been going on for quite some time, and I haven't got up here. But look at the size of some of these clumps. So here's my hand, and look at this, just kind of sitting there growing as water goes up against it. But there's a lot here to deal with, so I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch of it, and I'll show you a little bit of that process. This roof is going to be a little bit harder anyway, because the roof mound now I can stand on, but this roof up here, you can't really stand on it. I'm going to use the back of the broom here to knock off some of those bigger ones carefully. Again, you don't try not to go up with it. I mean, in some cases you can't really help it. It's probably not the best tool to be using. But you can see a lot of little stuff comes off. And then after that, there's several treatments you can buy to put on the roof to help prevent it from coming back. Some people just use bleach, and some people use a manufactured product specifically for this situation. That's totally up to you. For me today, I'm just going to try and get off as much of the big chunks as I can, and go from there. So that's really about all there is to it. So we're going to be a while doing this. I'm not going to show you the whole process, but we'll talk to you a little bit later on. There's a lot less moss up here. There's still a lot, but I will end up treating it. And they also say, again, I'm not an expert, but zinc, lead, and copper, if you put a strip of it up at the peak, when the rain lands on that and leaches down on it, takes the minerals out of that and prevents anything from growing. And there's definitely some truth to that, because below the chimney here, with the rainwater landing on that metal running down below it, there is nothing growing directly below that chimney. So there's clearly something to that. But the reason why I didn't get all this off, two reasons. One, it's a very steep roof. It's hard to stand up there. You almost really can't stand. I can stand a little bit if I'm really careful and gently scrub with the broom. And the second reason is I don't want to scrub super hard anyways and damage my shingles any more than I have to. So I'll end up treating it, putting a strip of something up at some point, and hope that that knocks down the rest of it. But you can see here, all the stuff that I did get off. There's a big pile here. Maybe I can zoom in on this, get a little closer so you can really see how much did come off with relatively gentle scrubbing. I mean, that's a pretty good pile there. So we'll get this off the roof and maybe do a little bit more, and then we'll move on to the other roof. But if you have moss growing on your roof, you certainly want to address it. Maybe not you personally if you don't feel comfortable with heights, which I'm not really afraid of heights, but you know, I'm not, I mean, I wouldn't go crazy. But this is okay. I got a pretty good surface here I can be on. But it's something you definitely want to address, but seek out a professional to make sure you don't get hurt and you do not damage your roof and lessen the lifespan of these shingles. So that's kind of what we're working on now. Finish getting these swept off, and then we'll move on to another project. But at any rate, thanks for swinging by Shane's Main Shop. Please like, subscribe, comment, come back often for more videos. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, I don't want to sweep too hard. We'll let the rain get the rest of this loose stuff off. We're moving on, because you may not know that unless you're stuck around to this point here.